traveling through another dimension. A dimension not only of sight and sound, but of mind. A journey into a wondrous land whose boundaries are that of imagination. Your next stop, the Twilight Zone.
Recording in progress.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. Just to say, Shah loves you. Many blessings to you all, and I hope you are sharing your light through all around you. Okay, welcome to Twilight Zone. So today we're going to do a little bit about, I don't know if you guys are all used to these people called the Anunnaki. Okay, it's an ancient race from before. So much information I want to share to you, but I found a video that might, you know, break down a couple of things and might share some knowledge to anyone who's interested in sharing it. Just going to do this for the first half an hour, and then after that there's going to be Janet joining us, and she's going to talk about some supernatural and paranormal events and questions to me and to her as well. So I can't wait to get stuck in. Right, okay, let's do this. Let's quickly share my screen and then my sound, and then you can see what is actually going on. This person I've actually followed for several years now, and yeah, you can see where his background's come from and how he's transformed his what he once was doing and to what he's doing now. And that is sharing knowledge. He's sharing the word out. So this is just a tiny bit about him. Okay, here we go. Bear with me, sorry everyone.
I've been a preacher for more than 30 years. I've studied and taught through the book of Genesis many times in churches all around the world, and I've trained pastors in the skills of interpreting text. And it's very clear they're not stories about gods. They're stories about the powerful ones in the Bible. If you've got a being who can literally say to the ocean, thus far and no further, then our ancestors would naturally say, these are our superiors, these are our gods, and worship them.
Right, okay, so that was his background, so you can see where he's come from. He's got so much knowledge, so he's been there, he's read the ancient books, he's read the Bible, and he's broke it down, he's deciphered them. So he's deciphered what they are all talking about. So they're talking about these beautiful beings. Well, not beautiful beings, I don't know if they're beautiful or not, I'm not sure exactly, because I don't know the true story. We're just finding pockets of truth, you know. So this is just one person who's managed to decipher one book. So can you imagine how many other books are out there what actually really telling the truth? So yeah, I can't wait to see the truth, you know, resonate. And as we know, we're resonating, we're feeling it, we're loving, we're caring, we're looking after people now. And even on this event, what's happening over on the Ukraine war was happening, people are, what was it, 61,000 have just booked out Airbnb all in Ukraine just to be there to stop the fight. They're not going to fight, they're going to be human shields. 61,000, and that's just the beginning. So that's showing you how much love we've got and how much we are changing as a race. You know, there's an amazing frequency what is resonating through the whole world. And now it's time to people stand up. You know, now this thing what they were talking about is slowly disappearing. So, you know, they're just looking for a next agenda to get the fear factor up there. But the truth is, we need to know the truth. We need to find about our truth, our history. You know, every week something's getting discovered what is rewriting our history books. So it's going to be amazing for the next 5 years, even this year, how much information is going to come out. It's going to be mind-blowing. So yeah, let's just prepare, you know. So this is a little bit about the Anunnaki, and I'm not going to stop blabbering on, just share my information. I love you all.
The Edo people of southern Nigeria and Benin tell a story from the dawn of time. In it, the sons of Osana Buar arrive on planet Earth. They are beings who arrive from outer space to a planet that is entirely covered by water. Their task is to terraform it. After they have cleared the waters from the higher ground, their leader and father, Osana Buar, appears in the sky and descends from what appears to be a chain stretching as far as the eye can see into the heavens. Osana Buar then delegates to his sons all the subtle works of terraforming the planet, ready for human society. There are a number of things that are really interesting about the Edo story.
Right, okay. So that was just a small fragment of, about the Anunnaki. Okay, I didn't go into too much details because I want to save it to 2 weeks, next weekend, next Wednesday, because I've got a couple of friends who are going to be doing a small little interview and I'm going to put it all together. So this is what's going to be for next week, okay? So that's going to be more about it. So the Anunnaki, do some history, do some research and have a look and see what it's all about, because you'd be pretty surprised of what information is out there and what information you have not yet to occur. But yeah, okay everybody, so Jeanette should be along very soon. So during the meantime, I'm just going to get myself a quick drink and a cup of tea, and then I will be back. Pow! There you go. A magical goddess appears out of nowhere.
Hi.
How you doing? You okay? How's your day been?
It's been wonderful. It's 2:05 over here.
Is it? What's time here? It's 10 o'clock, 10:05. Oh, it's 10:05 here. So, yes. So, what's been happening? Anything magical? What you been manifesting lately?
Oh, man, there's a lot of magical stuff. I've been seeing a lot of synchronicities. I manifested yesterday a big old packet of muffins that were in abundance. Like normally they come with 4. The last pack was filled with, guess how many?
How many?
11. Normally 4, had 11. So I'm working magic over here. I start little and then I start go bigger. I'm like, cars, relocations.
That's so cool. No way. I love it when things like that happen. It's amazing. It's so nice. There's probably little bonuses in life. Yeah, so okay, I've done a little chit chat about Anunnaki, what we're going to be doing for next week. It was just a broadcast, just a little bit of a teaser, so people could get ready to take in the knowledge what's going to come next week. So yeah, but I said to everyone that we're going to talk about supernatural and strange and mystical moments what's happened in our lives, or even people around us as well. Ooh. So have you got any spooky stories or any kind of seen any apparitions or any extraterrestrial anything? What have you seen? Come on, Jeanette, tell us.
Okay. Okay, let's already talk about this. I'm already multidimensional, so let's pull some stuff out.
Okay, let's
go. Oh, shoot. So the most recent, I would say, dang, I didn't know I was going to get asked this. But the most recent, I would think I was sound, and it's I would out of nowhere I was feeling this type of way, and I know that I was getting it was extraterrestrial contact, because as I thank goodness no one was here at my house. This happened maybe like the last 6 months, and I'm here making these weird noises, probably scaring my cat, but she's used to the weirdness. So anywho, I'm saying these things like, ooh, hey, oh, and then I start moving, you know. So it's not that I'm seeing it, I'm feeling, because I'm a feeler. I'm feeling the stuff, and then messages started flowing through. Then guess what happened? As my alarm system started talking, saying gibber jabberish that I'm not normally used to her saying, and it's through Simple Safe, guys. It was saying wireless interference detected. Wireless interference detected. Wireless interference detected. So I just kept doing the channel, and then I played it back, and then as I was playing it, she was saying wireless interference detected, whatever that means. But I have been this since.
Can you remember what month that was?
That's gonna have to be. I don't remember what month. It's during the ascension, and I was channeling different languages, dialects. This happened to be something that popped in, and I have orbs that go through my house all the time. We know this as I'm channeling.
Yeah, I've noticed.
So, so that's what I've experienced, and it was my message. I got a message too from it. So not seeing it, I felt it, and they're like, "You have to post this. Don't go back and watch what you're recording." Because I immediately pick up my phone, sit at the table, and channel.
Sorry about this, we're having technical problems.
And then this specific direct, because like people communicated from that post, and they felt a different transmission. So that's what I've experienced in inner experience, channeling it like that. What about you?
I don't know. What about me? What do you want to know?
Have you ever experienced anything like that? Because you have vision, so you probably see, or have you ever felt that? Because I'm an empath, so you know.
Yeah, I've seen many. I'm a very strong empath as well, as you know. It's kind of I think that's one of my the essence of myself. It was very hard at times realizing that what I was feeling wasn't even my feelings. I thought I was some sort of schizophrenic issues, but realistically it wasn't. It was just me picking up on people when they've been around me, and I was just like, okay, now I get it. Now I understand a bit more about me. But what's been happening around me, I don't know, it's strange. It really is. It's really strange. It feels like I've been on a quest, a life quest, and they've always been around me and watching me. And at times when I do see them and they do come in my life, it's a kind of, it feels like they're coming to check on me. They're like, okay, you're doing all right. You're making the right decisions. Well done, Shah. You're on the right path. And that's what's happened, and as I told you story before about I think it was an elemental, what was it? Elemental. All right, I'm not, well, anyway.
You're freezing.
Oh no, that's what I mean, it's bad connection.
Yeah.
Because of storm.
Yeah, you have a storm, so yeah. But you said
the elemental, what I saw in the field when I was brushing my teeth before I was taking my son to school, come across the field, and it was shimmering when it was walking, and then I thought nothing. I didn't think nothing of it. I went downstairs and I went into the garden, and then when I opened the door, it's kind of slowly was coming closer and closer, then slowly faded away. But then I didn't say anything.
An energy?
It was like a humanoid. But the energy in it looked like the universe. It was like a galaxy body. It was really, really strange.
Like a shadow body? You cut out a little bit, so I think I missed a little bit. So it looked like a person, but...
Yeah, coming out of a fog. It was like the fog was over the field, and the fields usually it's usually got crops, but because the crops got taken over and they were ploughing the fields, the couple of days after they played the field, there was a big kind of fog around it in the morning, and then this is when I was brushing my teeth and I saw this elemental start walking, juddering towards.
So
So then I was like, wow, what is that? And then I went downstairs, opened the door, then I could see it fading through the trees, but then it faded away. And then my son, that was during the day after my son went to school. So then when my son come back, he goes, oh, Dad, I forgot to tell you. I was like, yeah, what? He goes, I saw this really strange, like it was like it looked like a human, but it was light and you could see through it, but it had like kind of multicolored colors through it. It was really trippy, Dad. It was like, and then it looked at me, then it hid behind the shed, and he goes, I tripped out, I shut the door, and then I just went to school. And then he goes, he tripped out for a minute, but because he was so scared, he didn't want to think anything, so then he forgot about it. So then I was just like, wow. So he told me that story without me knowing what I saw at the same time. And then I told him what I saw, and he was like, no, Dad, really? Oh my God, what is it? And then we just done some research, and we was looking up things about how there are certain beings what come in your life, and making sure that you're okay and you're on the right track. You know, so it was kind of, oh wow, okay. And yeah, I've had these kind of situations and scenarios throughout my whole life. So yeah, it's been amazing. So I
Wow,
like it.
I think they might be guardians, definitely, because I could feel them. I could feel them too. You know, I had one pop into my meditation room as well. But so what was the feeling? What, did you feel something, or did any kind of
Welcoming,
like
welcoming.
message?
I felt welcoming. And that was when I started to do some music. You know, I started to do some music. As I said in the story before, remember when I helped that homeless person who come in from Spain, and I told you the story, and
Yeah.
he said to just try this thing, and then he put on the one music song, and then we all started to sing together. Anyway, and then that was the kind of same kind of time I started to do this. So I was releasing at the same time. So I was releasing stuff what was no needed for me anymore. So, you know, I was a single father. I took custody of my son. My son was going to school where he got told he wasn't going to school. He couldn't go to school because he had a disability. But then when I spoke to my son, I sat him down and we both spoke to each other properly. And I said, look, Ty, that's a label, okay? They said you're the ADHD. It's a label. So don't believe what they say, okay? Because if people say
Those are the
that
special ones.
and you hear it enough, then you're gonna think you got a disability, but you have not, okay? You're a smart child. You've got abilities that I know others can comprehend. You've got creation. You know what you want. So go in school and just be you, you know. And he listened, and it was magical. It really was. He went into school. Okay, he didn't fit in certain kind of categories, but he thrived in other categories. You
So
know.
he's the one that Ty's the one that saw the human thing.
Yeah.
Okay. All
And
right.
he's an upgrade. You've got to remember, our children are upgrade. You know, now he's 18 now, so fingers crossed next year he might be coming over here. But he's
I
gonna
wonder
be.
if he sees any kind of extraterrestrial stuff besides that. And also, you did have an imaginary friend before when you were younger, and maybe could that have been your imaginary friend that you've had that's checking in, because that imaginary friend is like your higher self, or you visiting yourself from the future. You know, to put getting you through the time
Yeah,
as you're a child,
I get
and then
you what
maybe
you
this
say.
one
Yeah.
was checking in, saying, "Hey," and checking in on Ty, not on you, but you happen to see it. Bam!
No, I don't think it was the imagined friend at all, because you know it was a different entity completely, and it's a
Oh,
different feeling. You know, the imaginary friend was like my own creation, I think, and maybe, but you know, you might be right. You know, there's so many possibilities out there, we just don't know. But
I love talking about possibilities. I love talking about what it could have been, what you think it is, what other people think it was.
of course, you know, everyone has their own philosophies and theories. I think
Yeah,
that's what makes us unique and different.
yeah.
You know, you either listen or you don't want to listen, and you either be attracted to certain frequencies or you don't be attracted to certain frequencies. It's that simple.
Have you seen anything else after that?
Yeah, loads of things. I've seen cloaked, like some sort of cloaked UFO. It was a kind of half cloaked. It looked like Predator. You know when Predator puts the... Oh no, I don't know. Yeah, I told you you haven't seen that movie. Right, for you guys out there, if you've seen Predator, you know the cloaking, device that Predator has, yeah? And then he just runs through the trees and we can't hardly see him. This ship was hovering over this airport, and it was like half ship, and I thought it was like smoke at the beginning, but I had these binoculars. Yeah, it was like, no, it wasn't binocular, it was one binocular, and it was like some ex-military one, and I zoomed in, and then it was literally like the Predator cloaking You must have seen. Oh no, I'm not going to even go into it. But yeah, so it was like a predator. It's a predator cloaking, and then suddenly the cloak went completely over the ship, and then it went, and it went off. And you know, and
Did
as
you get
well,
any vibration from it? What's the communication? Are you getting any communication from it, or are you just seeing
they're
them?
watching me. I get the communication is like they're watching me, and it's like sometimes I feel like they're testing me. Sometimes I feel like they put things in front of me and see how I can overcome them.
Uh-huh.
And so I believe, yeah, definitely, my whole life has been a test. I know that. I know that for a fact. From the traumatic ways of young childhood to grow now into who I am now, it's been a huge test of my faithfulness to my loyalness to myself, and especially to my loyalness and my honor towards Mother Nature. Because even when I was a young child, I was talking to her, I was asking her for signs, and you know, this is probably before I even could speak, you know. So there was definitely a deep sacred connection I've always had. My last vessels and my last vessels before that.
Yeah. Nice. Were you scared when you first seen one? Because you,
Yeah,
like,
I didn't
how old were
know.
you when you first saw an extra, like you feel you were having an
Okay.
encounter? Because the imaginary friend could, I don't really consider that as being, but then I do. So let's go, take it back. I'm curious, like, were you a certain age? Were you scared? Were you going through a certain type of thing in your life? Do they only come around when you're going through these things to let you know that they're there for you, like guides do for me? You know, so many questions I have.
Ah, they come from all different, you know. I've been happy, I've been sad, I've been distraught, I've been depressed, I've been ecstatic. So they've come from all different emotions. So they haven't come at particular points of my life. But
Okay.
I remember when I was younger, I never wanted to. I never wanted to open up because I was scared what I'm going to see. Because I knew if my mum, you know, my mum was a hands-on healer, tea reader, tarot reader, and many other healing what she's always done in the past. But as she's come of age, she's not forgotten her talents. She's not fed. You know, she ain't getting the right frequency to feed that. So that's my duty at the minute. So yeah, I can't wait to bring her back into her frequency. But yeah, so coming from a healer, I knew I had the capability, but it was down to I don't want to see these things. I don't want to tell people, oh, this is what you got to do in life. You know, I don't want to feel like I'm preaching to people. And now it's got to a point where it's like, you know what, Shah? Everyone's got a message. You share your message. You've experienced a lot, so share what you feel like is going to help a person to overcome a such situation or scenario. So yeah, and
Yeah.
this is why we're doing what we're doing now, and what I'm doing. You know, I'm opening up other little projects. I've got options. I've got abundance of love around me, and this is what it's all about. It's about connecting with your soul tribe and being who you really are. You know, and that's a creator. We're all creators. We're creating our own
I
individual
like
way.
that. I like how you're coming around with like talking about extraterrestrial stuff, and then we talk about what we're working towards, where we've been, where we're at, and where we're going, as we are co-creating together, and we are creating the abundance. So different sections when you come in on Wednesdays and you talk about just going through it and what your experiences are, and then what you've been called to do, like the Anunnaki. I am so into here. I can't wait to hear you guys talk about that, because you know, that's the calling. You know, that's the calling of the gods, and just like hearing bits and pieces of that, and just all of this togetherness as we are co-creating and doing different things. I think it's super powerful that you're bringing in different subjects.
Yeah, and you know what? It's things that we should be talking about. It's a hidden history. It's a history that's been hidden away for so long. They try to make other books to hide this history, you know. So it's a kind of, and the thing is, every single religious book out there is all copied the book from the, not the book, the Sumerian texts, what talk about the Anunnaki, you know. And these were the fallen angels. These are the angels. These were the ones with wing crafts, what come down, what made noise of thunder when they landed, you know. And when they landed, it sounded like rain, or a waterfall was coming off them because of the impact of the heavy machinery. So, you know, and this is ancient scriptures. So it's a kind of,
Yeah.
how can you think, you know, how can these people, but you've got to remember, these people didn't have the words what we have now to describe certain objects or scenarios. So
We had the technology though
yeah,
to create. That's why we're probably here, because we're the children of heaven and earth.
yeah, we are we're the
Yep.
offspring. We are the offspring.
But I was reading, maybe you could give me some insight on this so I don't have to wait till next week. It's that they actually came here because they were needing gold. They were needing gold, and this is where the gold was at. And then they came here with slaves. They started creating and digging and
They
stuff.
created the slaves with a humanoid and natural. There was a humanoid what was natural to the earth. So that there was some sort of human creature. What was what do you call, not human? You want to call it human? What do you call them? Neanderthal or something? Some sort of animal.
That was the first creations, the slaves that they brought in with them.
And then they mixed their DNA with their DNA with these DNA because they first inhabited and then they first used them for slaves, but they uproared and they rebelled against them. So they wouldn't listen against them. So then they thought, how are we going to get people to listen to us? So they thought, okay. So then they mixed their DNA with their DNA, and then they created the human race. So then
I thought they did.
Race was created.
Okay. I thought the Anunnaki mixed their DNA with the human race, and at first they had these weird looking creatures, and like, oh shoot. But that, okay, I'm getting it.
Yeah,
I'm getting it.
Yeah, but you had it right. Yeah, you had it right. It was just the other way around.
Yeah. So then they were, and that's. So I was doing research when you guys were talking about it. I'm like, that's amazing how they brought so much technology here.
Yeah.
And they left it for us.
Of course, and it's all been buried now, and some of it's just been fossilized because of some sort of calamity. What happened here? There was a huge war. What occurred? We're yet to know the full truth, but some escaped and some stayed here on the planet and are still here now, to being rumored at certain places around the world. And there's only a handful of them left, and they say they're waiting for the return of their family. And these four have the power and have a lot of dictatorship of what happens around the world. As much as we think we're free souls and free beings, there's a lot of things that we're using from their influences to keep us contained and keep us dulled down. So yeah, so it's a strange, weird world we're living in now, and this is why nature is calling out so much, and we're calling for nature. We need her to breathe again and actually to think again, to actually rekindle our system, because it's time now. It's awakening time, and now we got to get ready.
I'm excited to hear. I'm excited to hear more about it next week in your guys' discussion. And thank you so much for having me here today.
No, thank you for this creation. Okay, it's amazing. It really is. It's fantastic what you're doing, and I'm many blessings to be a part of this. Okay.
Yeah, me too.
Okay, all right then. Okay, Jeanette, go on. You have to go and eat now, don't you? I'm joking. I've got to talk to the world.
Wow. I feel so loved, guys. So
it's so cool.
Like and subscribe, give Sharam some comments, let him know what you guys think, what you guys want to hear about. I'm not trying to invade this Wednesday space, but hey there.
It was an idea because, it's knowledge that you want to know about. Because it's knowledge you want to know about because it's important. It's your history. It's not just my history or my neighbor's history. It's everyone's history. So, wouldn't it be great to understand where Archangel Raphael come from, really? His family, Archangel Michael, his family. And this is where it's all become. These are the families of the archangels. So, the archangels, what we all pray on and call upon every day for guidance and abundance, they're the part of the Anunnaki, These are the beginnings. They were the beginning of the arcs. So yeah, that's just why it's so amazing to look more into it.
Yeah. That's awesome. All right, I didn't want to stay on here too long, guys, so I am out.
Okay, many blessings. Thank you.
Attention spans, my attention spans, the attention spans. I love you guys all. Talk to you guys later.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye. Amazing. That was amazing. Well, you know, many blessings, and I'm so honored that we can create and talk about this. You know, it's very, very special that we can talk about things that we are unknowledgeable about. It's important. Okay, take it by a pinch of salt, but this information you can do yourself, and then you can research yourself, and then you can see yourself, and just follow the breadcrumbs, and then eventually will lead to the, you know, the truth. So I love you all, and I'm so thankful for you to spend this time with me and the almighty Janet and the great beings we have around us. We are light, we are love, we are here to share, and we're here to create a wonderful world with us and nature and the beings among us too. Mwah. Okay, Shah loves you all. Big kisses, and make sure you help someone.